back.
And deader than ever.
I'm Tamara.
And I'm Kelly.
And this is
Ghoul Bee.
Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
We got to get right into what are we sipping, girlfriend? Ghoul friend.
Girlfriend, right now we're sipping a mimosa.
Hell yeah, we are.
Because it's motherfucking New Year's Eve.
It is but hours before our live, which I hope anyone
Listen to us.
We've been having a little bit of well, we're having mimosas and I am drinking right now.
I hope every single one of our spit it out.
No, I'm no quitter.
I hope that all of our listeners are listening in on our live, looking in on our live, like a little peeping Tom. Invited though.
Right. I hope you're peeping. I hope you stay for a good time.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Of course, by the time you're hearing this, it would have already happened. It went great.
Yeah, and we will have recorded it, and you can catch it on our Patreon.
Oh my goodness, you little rascal.
Oh, look what I did.
Patreon.com/ghoulbeans. Actually, we don't know what that is yet.
But it will be on our link tree that's linked in our bio for Instagram, along with a link to Audible and Apple Podcasts where you can leave a 5-star review, and we will read it on the show.
Even if it's not 5 stars, I'm gonna read it.
Me too.
But I will roast you if it's under 4.
Yeah, we'll rate you roasted.
Right,
I'm under 4 and above, 3.5 and above,
4 and above, 3. Why didn't you just give me the one more? 3 is such a middle number. Don't be gray, black or white world.
Okay, that's not the vibe we put out.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna flip the table.
So we're having mimosas. That's what we're sipping on.
We have our new mic still. Of course, I think we mentioned it quite a few times that we batch record. So
yeah, we are definitely batch recording so that we can be super prepared for the new year. Mm-hmm. We have a couple trips in the works, so we want to make sure that we get our little ghouly episodes out every single week so that you guys don't have to miss it. So today is roasted.
Nope.
Today I can't take you seriously with your little pom-pom.
Girl, yours is above your head.
Yours is
yours is like 3 inches. Yours looks like it's like kind of floating.
I feel like a Sim character.
Oh, yeah.
Meat more.
That was caveman. That was not Simlish.
No, that was Simlish.
Meager Schmorgenbleed.
It's called Simlish.
Simlish.
I was the angry one. That's what they sound like.
Oh, do they?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I haven't played Sims
there
in
goes
quite
our Sim
some time.
sponsor.
So,
today's a ghouls being ghouls.
Today we're just 2 ghouls being ghouls. We can describe to you the notes of the champagne and orange juice.
Yeah, let's.
It tastes like every mimosa I've ever had. More champagne than orange juice is the way I prefer it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little stronger than most mimosas I've ever had.
It's really pulpy, which I'm not a fan of pulp, are you?
Oh my god, more pulp the better. I want to chew my juice.
Realistically, I don't like orange juice at all. Hot take?
Very hot.
It's nasty.
Luce prefers apple.
I love apple juice. My
number one juice is grape.
Absolutely. I used to when I was a kid.
Kelly's struggling to make eye contact with me.
When I was a kid.
Let's take it back all the way to 1998.
I grew up Catholic in a Catholic church. So as a child, I would take grape juice and the Lay's original chips and pretend I was consistently drinking communion.
The body of Christ? The blood of Christ? Yeah. Are you kidding?
I'm not.
You use the potato chips like wafers, like the body of Christ.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you want to hear something maybe worse?
Sure.
So I grew up going to the mega church.
Oh, no.
Willow Creek.
Classic.
I actually left before it got... No, I did. I left before the fall of Bill Hybels, but that's another story for another day. So... my aunt was like head bitch in charge for the Spanish-speaking ministry.
Oh, wow.
Not the, obviously, pastor, but basically the right-hand man to the pastor.
Yeah.
So very frequently I got volunteered to go like do stuff.
Uh-huh.
Which is, classic church kid. And in the Spanish-speaking, it's called Casa de Luz. And in the... That was just some throat singing.
They couldn't hear it.
There was a basket of blood and body of Christ, where it was like little shooters of red wine and little wafers on top to like you peeled it back like a snack pack.
Oh no.
Guess who snacked on those for a day?
The shooters
I've had
of
an
wine.
entire body of Christ.
Honestly, I looked up one time where to get it because I
Amazon.
love those little snackies.
It's literally a little thin wafer,
I know.
and you peel back the plastic, and then you can drink the juice and eat the wafer. And I had a lot of them. And then my aunt was like,
was it juice or was it actual wine? Because my church did real wine.
it was, I actually don't know, but it was, I was getting yelled
Probably
at.
like Franzia.
Oh my God, imagine.
You got yelled at?
Oh yeah, my Aunt Jessica.
She found you?
Yeah, she saw all 45 little snack packs in the trash next to me, and she's like, "Were you eating these?" And I was like, my lips were purple, and I was like, "No." My lips are literally blue from the Welch's.
Not 45 empty.
45 was a light estimate. It was probably closer to 100. I'm not even kidding. I had probably a whole box worth of the body of Christ, and I don't regret a damn thing.
You had both his legs.
His entire body.
I can't. That is
So
funny.
I had what you wished for.
I did.
You wanted it.
I was praying for what you were receiving.
I was eating it like chips and dip. Like I literally was just like Chex Mix.
Where did she think you were?
I was just chilling in the office, just waiting for her to get done with her meeting or something.
Oh my God, that's the funniest.
Ask me how old I was.
How old were you?
13.
That's the age I wanted you to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Old enough to know better. I did. I was hungry. And then I kept thinking how funny it was that like all of the empty containers were in the trash. Like how many.
I just imagine you like cackling like a psychopath as you did this.
Well, she came in faster than I thought she would. I started to panic in the middle of it. I was like, I've overcommitted.
Like 1 or 2 is explainable. Hell, 10 is explainable.
100? I'm going to hell. She knew it too. You're making me nervous with the mixer and this drink.
Yeah, I'll put it over here next to my laptop. That's incredible. Well,
So why do we care?
why do we care? Ghouls being ghouls. It's one of our faves. We get to read ghost stories. The new year, new spooky things.
I care because it's the episode before the live, and the live's also kind of a light ghouls being ghouls.
Yeah, that's true. This is like a good stretch before we're on camera in front of one listener.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully. We do have people here to help us, so at least we're putting on a show for someone.
We'll
put a mirror in front of us like a parakeet.
oh, that's bleak. That is bleak.
I actually think Instagram will show us.
Oh yeah, it's us, and then on the little, well, it's, yeah.
Perfect.
You'll see the chat if there's any chat. You'll see when people join.
I hope I do.
I'm not kidding you. I'm very much willing to put on because again, it will have already happened when you hear this, but
Yeah.
we're recording this right before. I would love to just like be in the middle of doing stuff for us, and then somebody joins in it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I'm not gonna sit there for like 10 minutes and wait for 3 people to show up.
No, we're going to start after 3 minutes. After we pour a drink.
Yeah, we can start right away.
Yeah, no, I'm super pumped. I think people will watch it, and like we said, it is available on our Patreon. Anyway, so that's why we care. Why are you scared this week?
Because this week, why am I scared?
I don't know. Why are you scared right now? That was aggressive. Why are you scared? Oh, why are you scared?
I think you turned something down because now I can't hear you as well.
Really? Because I feel like I turned you up louder.
Let me just turn you up louder on my mic.
There you go. I feel like.
There's nowhere for it to go.
No? You feel better now?
It's too loud now. I'm overstimulated.
Goldilocks. Is this better?
Yeah. You're like, is that better?
Do you think that's how Goldilocks?
Yeah.
I'm crying onto the mixer.
Oh my God, that's gonna be the story of the new year.
Oh my God, should we do like New Year's resolutions?
On
TBH.
This is gonna be a real loosey goosey episode, y'all.
Yeah, I don't really do New Year's resolutions.
Me
feel
neither. I don't
it's setting
resolve.
yourself up to fail.
I have like goals of like things that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like I'm not resolving to do anything. So like a
No.
goal for me is to like this year I didn't read as many books as I wanted to read, so I'm going to be like, "Oh, I hope I read I'm going to try to read another 10 books."
Oh, I love that. My goal is to continue my journey on self-love and self-care.
Okay, well, I would have said something like that too if I knew we were going to go there, not like, "Oh, you know, little tiny ones."
I feel like 10 books is similar as like self-care. You're like expanding your
Right. I mean,
knowledge and stuff.
that would definitely
More
be one,
enjoyment.
and another one would be to go on more I want to go on
Adventures.
Yeah.
That's mine too.
I want to go on one
Roller coaster.
Nope. We keep playing that game though. I want to go on one.
Vacation.
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, kind of a solo trip. I want to fly somewhere by
Oh.
myself and enjoy it by myself.
Wow.
Because Luce and I love Luce so much. Spend the rest of my life with Luce. Have been together for, it'll be 6 years in just like 2 months, 3 months. And so for 6 years, I really just had a buddy to do everything.
Yeah.
And I was I mean, you know me since before Luce. I was like a super independent person. I still feel that I am.
Yeah.
But it does create a level of codependency of like, well, I could do this, or I could wait for Luce to get home and we can like do it together.
Oh my God. I totally feel that.
So
I'm stealing this one too.
yeah, I used to be a really, really like, honestly, out of necessity, like hyper independent, especially as an oldest. So then now I want to go like take a trip to maybe Salem.
You want to do that alone, or do you want to like do a girls trip? Because that was one that I wanted.
Let's
to do.
go. We should
Okay.
go for October. Oh, Halloween episode. We'll go to Salem.
Shut the fuck
Actually,
up.
I heard it's really, really fucking annoying in October.
Yeah.
November 1st, not boring at all.
Let's go.
Nobody's there.
No one's there.
Okay,
cool.
so girls trip to Salem. So maybe I'll go like, I don't know, San Fran or something by myself.
I love that.
And I have a friend out there who I would go visit her. Like we've talked about it already. And yeah, I just want to take one solo trip. I have a bunch of other like goals.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I'm not going to fucking pound my own head in if I don't
Right.
get
it's
it
just a
accomplished.
goal.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's always like dangerous for like, I want to lose weight, or I want to all of a sudden be a different person.
No,
And it's like,
I want to be obsessed with myself.
I want to continue to like work on what I've already been working on.
Right.
I want to just like get farther. And I totally feel that like codependence thing. I've always had codependence with people around me. So that's something I've been working on this year, but like definitely haven't gotten as far as I want to. So that's such a great goal. Stealing it.
Steal it.
Is it codependent to steal yours, to just have your goals?
No, I'm inspirational.
Get that.
Although I do think that this is going to form a codependency because we're together so much now.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is hopefully will be a job.
That would be incredible. But until then, it's a hobby where we talk into a camera. Okay. So this week we had 2 amazing write-ins. Thank you, write-inners.
Thank you, write-inners.
Little beans. I have one from our listener, McKenna Noyes.
I think so.
They say, "Hi, big fan here. Always excited to hear what's next. I apologize in advance for the worst writing abilities, and I hope you enjoy these spooky stories."
Thank you. I will.
McKenna says, "Hey, ghoulies. I finally have something to share, even though this never happened to me, but my husband. My husband has lived in Lakewood, which is near Crystal Lake, since moving to the U.S. back in 2007. In this specific house, he and his family encountered multiple ghost experiences. The one I have heard the most involved his nan, English accent, his nan,
His
nan, his nan,
nan.
his nan.
His nana.
Dan was around 14 and laying in bed falling asleep. His nan was living temporarily there while visiting from England. She was also trying to fall asleep when she felt a slap on her ass. Knocking boots. She assumed Danny must be playing a joke on me. I've never once slapped my grandma on the ass."
I don't know how they do it in England. I don't know what they're about.
So she walks into his room and asks him if he just ran and slapped her ass. He responded, "No, I was sleeping." Also, that's gross. Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay,
Dan.
so they don't do it like that
You're
in
off
England.
the hook.
Damn, Nan.
My husband also had a brother, and well, maybe George slapped her ass. Well, after remembering George was not even home that night, she was dumbfounded. She never had an answer as to what or who slapped her ass while she was going to sleep. There's another one.
And there's a video.
There's a video, but to this story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the other one was captured on video. As most people know, teenage boys tend to wrestle and fight with all those wild hormones raging. Is that how they do it in England?
There's hormones.
My husband, his brother, and 2 friends decided to wrestle and record the fights. This is like a fucking fight club.
That I feel like no, that's pretty teenage boy.
No, for sure. I feel like I used to like want to like roughhouse like that before.
Me and my brother did. We would slap box all the time. We were fucking. I mean, we're only a year and a half apart, so me and my brother were going at it.
I don't have a brother.
I know.
I have 2 sisters. I've definitely been like slammed to the ground before.
But the age difference between you guys is much different.
Right. So they decided to wrestle and record the fights because what else was there to do late nights and smartphones in high school? The entirety of this happening, they are trying to be quiet to not wake their parents who are sleeping, as you can hear from Dan on the recording. While George and his friends were going back and forth, the friend had George in a chokehold and was waiting to tap out. Dan was recording and commentating the entire time until Dan noticed an orb leave George's body during the fight. The last thing you hear on the video is, "Holy shit!" The weird part, I think, is how the orb is going from George's face to the right, over the friend's face, and then off camera. It moves horizontal and cannot be explained.
Oh, sorry. Is that the
No,
end?
please. No. There's another story.
Well,
We can post the video. Well, she didn't
we'll
say.
ask her for permission.
Yeah, we can ask her for permission if we can post the video. It's like a shitty smartphone, like
From
early
2000.
smartphone.
Yeah, it's not gonna be high quality, but I did have the chance to watch it,
Yeah.
and it's so funny because there's accents everywhere. If you scroll to like the last to get to the goods,
Yeah.
well, there's orbs the whole time.
That's wild.
There's like orbs flying the whole time. If you scroll to literally the last 10 seconds,
Yeah.
everybody's fighting and they don't have accents like this.
I love
And
it.
there's a humongous, I would even call it like a haze that like comes from
One boy.
on top. They're
Damn.
like wrestling, and the one guy who's like on the top of the time, it like comes from him, and the person recording goes, "What the hell?" And the video stops.
That's wild.
So caught on camera.
Yeah, it sounds like this house was it sounds like the ghost's really frisky.
She's a frisky ghost.
The last one I will share, again from the same house they were staying at for 2 years. Dan and his family were originally from England, and when they went to go back over the pond, would ask a friend to come stay with their dog and watch the house. The friend was watching TV in the living room, enjoying whatever show she had on, when she noticed the dog staring up the stairs. Out of nowhere, all the upstairs doors slammed shut. Obviously shocked, the friend grabs the dog and left the house for the night. The friend never told my mother-in-law what happened until she heard of other weird things happening in the house. Then she opened up about the weird encounter she had while house sitting. Rightfully so, she never stayed the night again, and my husband's family moved to a new house and have not had any strange interactions since.
So it's definitely the house.
Definitely. That's so scary. Like being down.
It's worse if it's you.
What do you mean?
Like, I would rather it be the house.
No. I'm talking about the doors. Like, and it stinks like, that's a horrible situation, right? But, like, the doors in my house slamming shut versus, like, pet sitting and all your doors slamming shut.
Right.
Like, that's so much scarier.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, you're in your house, so there's a level of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, already being in a strange house and then having something weird and shit.
Oh my
like,
God, that is so true.
So,
Well, that's what listeners, if you guys remember Tony's episode, he was house sitting when that happened. When the man he thought that broke into his room.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's not even, and that's like the most. You're in a different house. You are
asleep. It's like very
might
dark.
as well have been like sleeping in the shower.
He got
naked.
jumped.
He did.
Honestly,
he did.
by nothing because he's a non-believer. Anyway,
by his dreams.
thank
Apparently.
you so much, McKenna.
Yeah, McKenna. Thank you for writing in. Those were really good stories.
And she sent a video, which we've never gotten before.
Yeah,
so.
that's so incredible. I'm gonna email you, and hopefully by this episode, I will post the video on Instagram, or we will.
Amazing.
You have a story.
Yes. Okay, so this story is from a listener named Madison. It says, "Hi friends, I really don't have any spooky experiences because in high school, my ex-boyfriend and I would go to graveyards, play with a Ouija board at White Cemetery, the one y'all talked about on the pod."
Damn.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That's wild.
Okay, play with a Ouija board at White Cemetery, the one y'all talked about on the pod, and then have sex at the graveyard. LOL.
It's a
So
different
metal.
experience than me.
Very different. But honestly, kudos.
Yeah, good for you.
We'd see orbs all the time, but I felt like a fairy frolicking through a field rather than feeling scared or like they were bad.
Wow, she's like really had experiences.
Seriously. I really don't know what that says about me. Oh, it means, to me, that means that you're not sensitive. Because if you were like really sensitive, it would be freaky.
Right.
It was. We were there at night on Halloween. Anyway.
Yeah.
who are we?
I don't know. And that was before there was like a reason.
I know, and we're like scaredy cat bitches. Like,
I
how are we
know.
doing this stuff?
I don't know.
Don't call us.
They'll call you.
The spirit we'd get on the Ouija was named Nate.
Oh shit! I didn't know they got people.
I guess so. He was pretty cool. He said my ex wasn't the one, and he wasn't wrong.
Damn.
However, this past week, oh my God. However, this past week, I've noticed some strange things going on with my car. I filled up my tank on Saturday. Tuesday morning, I got in my car and it was alarming my gas cap was unscrewed. The cap was unscrewed and the door was shut, so the cap was just hanging there. I'm positive it was closed because it hadn't alarmed the past 2 days, and I checked my Ring cameras and there was no one messing with my car. I was putting my stuff in my car to go to work, and I noticed the back seat door on the passenger side was open.
Ew.
Seriously. And my door protector for my dog was stuck in the door. I haven't opened that door since Thanksgiving.
Damn.
Again, I checked my Ring cameras and no one was near my cars. I also locked my car because we've had a lot of break-ins. I was listening to your most recent episode on my way to work, and when Tamara was talking about the I Am 6 episode, my car kept skipping over it.
Ew.
I could not listen to it. It skipped right to Kelly talking.
That's disgusting.
I'm not really sure if this is a nice ghosty, but it definitely does not like exorcism. Keep on being the best schoolies, and I need to come visit so we can try all these coffee places. Come to Nash Vegas anytime.
That is wild.
So that, one, disgusting. Two, I'm like grossed out by the fact that it would not let her listen to me talking, because that is not the first time we've had somebody be like, yeah, it doesn't like when Tamara talks about stuff. It doesn't like Tamara being around.
Oh, like ghosts?
Mm.
Well, I think more it's just like what you were talking about.
For sure.
I was afraid
it would
to
skip right to you.
it.
What do you mean?
Or I was afraid to edit it. I was
Mm.
like, I don't want it to hear anything. Because you know how my past with that episode.
Oh, yes.
How long it took me to get over it.
Yeah, you were trying to not think about it while we were recording about it.
I was like, I'm not listening. Oh, scary. I'm not listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's disgusting. That's pretty cool, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. That
Like proof almost?
No, just that like, I don't know, something was interacting with like our podcast. Spooky.
Oh, true. I mean, something has. I mean, episode 1 or something, we hear like, what?
Yeah, I mean, that was more just your apartment.
Yeah, really spooky.
Hate it.
We actually have 2 more write-in. Well, 1 more write-in.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, just now.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
Oh, my goodness. If you guys have scary stories that you want us to read, email us at ghoulebeanspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
So this is from an anonymous writer. They want to remain anonymous.
Okay, please.
And from the looks of it, these are written like little short stories. So pray to get spooked.
Oh, my God. I'm scared.
Ready?
I am ready.
It was late, 2 or 3 a.m., and something woke me up. I looked up. There at the foot of the bed stood a creature. Sure, it was dark, but there was enough light coming from in the closet since the door was slightly open. Okay, so there's a light on in the closet.
Okay.
It was just enough light to see that it was tall.
Ew.
Oh, my God.
I hate that.
The thing that had classic Grim Reaper clothes on. It was raggedy, torn in places. His arms were long and the sleeves fell at his wrists like bat wings. His hands were skeletal. There was hatred in its eyes, and I could feel it. They were big and mostly black. Nothing else in his face registered. I was so scared that I closed my eyes and began singing Christian songs. Well, like, do Lord over and over. That's like, do Lord, oh, do you remember me? That one?
Just like tears, like, do Lord,
yeah, probably.
oh, do Lord.
I would. All the while, the scent of sulfur or burning filled my nostrils.
Oh, my God, I have chills.
After a while, I opened my eyes and it was gone. I will never forget that incident.
Oh, my
There's
God. There's another
There's
one?
another one. They gave
How
us
did they
2.
know we were recording right now? That's incredible.
So that skeletal thing is like rings a lot of bells. I feel like a lot of people have an encounter with that same thing. It's late 2 or 3 a.m. 2 or 3 a.m. Okay, devil
That's
time.
the witching hour.
Devil time.
In the closet. First of all, listener, why is your closet open while you're sleeping?
Interesting that there's a light on in the closet. Like, obviously, it's functioning as a nightlight.
Yeah.
You were already scared of something.
That's so true. Oh, my gosh. I wonder if that's, like, the only time that our anonymous listener saw it, or...
I mean...
It sounded pretty Grim Reaper to me.
Yeah, I mean, they write that the thing had classic Grim Reaper clothes on. It was raggedy, torn in places. Arms were long, and the sleeves fell at his wrists like bat wings.
Oh yeah, so like
the billowing
the Morticia
sleeves.
Adams sleeves.
The fingers were long, they said.
That feels real Grim Reaper. Like they could have escaped death that night.
I mean, does the Grim Reaper have hatred in its eyes?
Did he have? I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like
it's-
that's what's swaying me from not thinking it is, because it seems like evil, and I don't think the Grim Reaper's evil.
Yeah, I feel like he's just like a guide.
Right.
Like it's scary for sure.
Right.
But like I think he's just like a hey, it's time
like
to
what if
head on
this
out.
was like the spirit of a dead person?
Ew. And they were like, let me cosplay as the Grim Reaper.
You know, or I who's to say that ghosts always have to have like a physical body form?
Maybe they died on Halloween and that was their Halloween costume.
Oh, maybe. Ew. Sick.
If I die.
When you die.
If I die.
Okay. Okay.
Hope I'm wearing a bomb ass outfit.
Oh yeah. I hope I'm naked. How scary.
The bombest ass outfit.
Imagine.
You're an old lady. That's like all horror movies use now is naked old
Oh
ladies.
my god. Oh my god. I'm so afraid of just like a naked tit.
Old saggy tits.
Old sag. That's because
If there
women
was
should
a-
fear aging, is what they're saying.
I know. And men should be afraid of old women. as
Old
well.
women.
If it was like a young naked ghost, everyone would be creaming their jeans for it. Tony is right now. He's like, excuse me for a second.
All work and no play. So this writer gives us a second story, which thank you, because that one was really good.
Yeah, geez, thanks for giving us another one that I'm gonna have to have nightmares about.
This is what you're looking for. I was at a house party. There must have been 15 teenagers in my friend's bedroom hanging out and listening to music. My friend was a huge guy, and someone noticed a giant shadow on the wall. Thinking it was my buddy, we didn't say anything. That was until my friend moved and the shadow did not. Everyone was freaking out. Some of the girls screamed and ran out of the room. The rest of us were transfixed by the shadow. All of a sudden, it turned, giving everyone a side profile, and walked, reaching the end of the wall, and disappeared. The vibe in the room, it just turned dark and cold, and finally I left the room with my heart thumping. I was scared. I would have been fucking scared too.
Yeah, I would have regretted all
This
my actions up until that point.
And there's witnesses to this one.
Yeah,
it's not
15.
But right, at least 15. And some of the girls, I mean, there's so much evidence there because a lot of the girls started screaming and
Right.
ran. Probably some of the guys too.
Right.
But screaming and running, and then everybody else staying there to like look and watch and like see, like, what would you have done if it had started moving
Towards you.
towards you or had stopped again?
Yeah.
And it was huge, like their biggest guy friend.
That's disgusting. Like, I don't like thinking about it.
It was like looming.
Most of the stuff I try not to think about as we like talk about it.
You literally have to edit it for hours after.
I
so
know. Don't you think I know this?
Yes. Wow. Those are really good. Wow. And those are just 2 encounters.
Yeah, anonymous writer,
Same person.
please write in again because those were horrifying. You have quite the history.
Apparently so.
Oh my gosh.
I'm wondering if the vibe changed because everyone was scared or if it was like
Right.
demon like.
I wonder that too. I wonder if anyone else like from that party has experienced other stuff.
Maybe we may never know.
We probably won't. Those were amazing.
Thank you so
listener.
much.
Thank you. Write in more. All the stories you have if you have any more. And then the last story we have is a Reddit listener. They messaged this to us on Reddit.
Oh, great.
Yeah, this is from the Retro Connoisseur. And they say, I've seen things, demons, angelic beings. I've heard things as in voices or my name being called. I've had somewhat bloody scratch marks that would either be in 3s or 4s show up on my body that in no way I could have done myself. I've sleptwalked, and a couple of years ago, I sleptwalked one night and woke up to find I had drawn an image on the mirror using the sink water, and the water patterns were still there on the mirror when I woke up.
Sir, you are possessed. Hello?
In college, I'm pretty sure I saw a really dark figure sticking up halfway through the floor in front of my closed closet. The Grim Reaper, perhaps? Okay, sticking up halfway through my floor in front of my closed closet, and I saw an entity in the form of an image of my already alive grandmother one morning.
Already alive?
Yeah. So, like, it was, like, mirroring or mimicking his grandmother's form.
Ew.
Yeah. And it actually moved its head so it wasn't a still image. So it's saying, he said it looked like an image, but then it moved. I saw my body once as if my soul left my body as I was sleeping, and I figured this because I was sleeping on the couch, and at the angle I was at, I was rushing from behind myself laying on the couch to get back to my body because something was after me in that realm, which was basically a darker version of the apartment I was in. So is this person just like a really strong sensitive and they like don't know how to do it?
I was going to say, I think you might be in denial about who you are.
Right.
And you need to like do some soul searching.
But honestly, it would suck to have this like strong like powers and abilities and not like be into trying to control it, because then it's just chaos.
Yeah.
I've seen a rocking chair rock by itself outside when there was barely enough wind, if any, to make it do that. I recorded myself sleeping in that same apartment I mentioned one night because I wanted to see if I could catch anything strange, and I caught noises and bumps going on in the apartment and an audible whispering voice that wasn't mine because I was sleeping.
I immediately, when the cameras come out, and I'm not victim blaming. I would say in my experience, if I have to record stuff, I'm going to leave.
For sure. If you're already at that point where
Exactly.
you're like, I could catch something, you know there's a ghost there.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously this person seems, I don't want to say you're okay with it, but you're at terms with what it is.
Right.
You know, you're not trying to be like, it was sleep or nothing.
Right. And I used to hear really loud banging gunshots or something when sleeping in my ears, and I would wake up and those sounds weren't there. Just weird stuff. Does that happen to you when you're falling asleep? Because Matt has that.
What?
He'll hear like gunshots as he falls asleep sometimes.
I haven't heard it described as gunshots. It doesn't happen to me, but I've definitely heard of that. Like hearing the banging in your ears.
Yeah, I don't get that, but
me neither.
He's also heard like someone calling his name as he falls asleep. And so I'll wake up and he'll be like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, you just screamed my name. No, sir, I did not.
No, sir, I did not.
And now you're going to just fall asleep and leave me in the abyss?
Yep. Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, because you're already awake.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's the type that'll fall asleep immediately.
Luce will talk in their sleep, and it's not like normal conversation.
It's like, I'm going to
Luce develops this voice. No, I fucking wish it was that in their normal voice. Luce develops this voice. It's like, what?
Ew, shut the fuck up. What? Some little girl ghost possesses you while you sleep.
What are you saying?
Ew.
It's like, It's very like not normal voice.
I hate that.
And I have to be like,
hate it.
I'll be like, what are you saying? Or I'll be like, you're sleep talking.
Especially since you're like up way after them.
Oh yeah, alone with my, like only the light of the glow of the screen of my phone.
No.
And then like at the
what?
Or yeah, it won't even be rustling. It'll just be like silence for I don't know how long, and then I think so.
Ew.
And then I have to be like, you guys can't see, but I'm like slow turning towards the left. And then if it happens one or two more times, it's normally not so bad. The first one's always pretty bad, and then I'll just like shake and be like, "You're talking.
Stop this. Stop it now."
And then of course it's so weird because I'll be like, "Oh, sorry," you know, in their normal voice.
Sure. Ew, that's so gross.
Yeah,
I would not be able to handle that.
It does sound like a little girl.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, and
they're not okay with it.
No,
either.
they're not.
No one here is okay with this. Oh my gosh. Well, ghouls. Thank you so much for listening. Those stories were incredible. Please.
Wow, what a good ghouls being ghouls.
Yeah, that was all actually listener submitted. That was our first one.
Yay.
Beans for us. Mimosa shakes for us.
That sounded like a snake in the grass.
You can't hear it, but I'm rattling my mimosa. I can hear it, but it sounds weird. So that's incredible. Please send in more stories. That's way more fun.
Yeah.
I love it way more when it's you guys.
That's really cool. And I thank you guys also for listening because it is a little bit of a hectic episode, but that's all right.
Yeah, they always are, but this one definitely more when it's not coffee and it's alcohol. It's definitely going to be different. And you can catch more of this chaos on our little mini espressos if you follow our Patreon, which should be out. Link in Instagram bio. Please send your stories to ghoulebeanspodcast@gmail.com. Sorry, my voice got stuck.
It's okay.
It's also, you can also DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, if you want us to roast anybody, if you want us to ghost anything.
That's true. Our next episode is Roasted and Ghosted, baby.
Love those ones. I love them all for different reasons.
I do too.
I like ghouls being ghouls because every once in a while we'll get one that's like so scary.
God, all of those were horrible. Well, thank you for listening and spilling the ghoul bean.